Alright, here we see the map of Boston Harbor. This is Boston on this peninsula right here, and this is Bunker and Breed's Hill up here on this peninsula right up here. And there were two separate battles. Obviously, the cannons that had been captured by Ethan Allen and Benedict Arnold at Fort Ticonderoga were used in the siege of Boston, and the British tried to attack colonial entrenchments on Breed and Bunker's Hill. The battle was fought in 1775. So, we're going to look at Bunker and Breed's Hill and the siege of Boston in this video. Bunker Hill was what they call a British Pyrrhic victory, because although the British won by driving the colonists out of their entrenchments, they really would have been better off if they hadn't won. Not only did they lose many men, but they also lost several commanders in the attack. It took them 3 attacks to capture Bunker and Breed's Hill. So this is definitely a major defeat, but yet victory for them. And then they eventually had to evacuate the city anyway, so it wasn't even much of a victory. Here you see Bunker and Breed's Hill in a more close-up. Boston's down here. British came in through here, up through here, and also took a smaller hill down here. And it took them, like I said, 3 attacks to capture Bunker and Breed's Hill. And they were very costly attacks, and they lost several great commanders, including the general, and overall really lost in the Boston area during the early months of the war. Here we see British troops evacuating Boston Harbor in 1776. Siege of Boston was an American victory, and Bunker Hill can be said to be both an American and a British victory, but usually we'll describe it as a British Pyrrhic victory because it was kind of when the winners lose, so to speak, because they won, but they would be better off not having ever fought the battle at all, actually. In fact, Cannibal's victorious march over the Alps and his victory at Cannae is probably one of the first Pyrrhic victories. In fact, that's where the word comes from, because though he won the battle, he brought about the end of his empire. So there you go, Pyrrhic victory. So you learned maybe a new vocabulary word today, Pyrrhic victory. Maybe you've already heard of it, but the Battle of Bunker and Breed's Hill was definitely a British Pyrrhic victory, and the Siege of Boston was definitely an American victory. And so the Americans are still doing pretty well. They've captured Fort Ticonderoga. They've also captured Boston. And in the engagements at Bunker and Breed's Hill and Lexington and Concord, save that of Lexington, they are still in pretty good ground as far as the battles they've been fighting. So by the later half of the year, 1775, the Americans are in good standing.